Brendan Fraser claimed that he was blacklisted from Hollywood after he was sexually assaulted by former Hollywood Foreign Press Association, HFPA, President Philip Burke. According to Fraser, the assault occurred when he offered to shake hands with Burke. His left hand reaches around, grabs my ass cheek, and one of his fingers touches me in the taint, he told GQ. And he starts moving it around. I felt ill. I felt like a little kid. I felt like there was a ball in my throat. I thought I was going to cry. The encounter made him retreat from the spotlight, but, at exactly the same time, offers for major roles suddenly stopped being offered to him. Isaiah Washington found himself on Hollywood's blacklist after he made some homophobic comments at the 2007 Golden Globe Awards. He was already on thin ice because it wasn't the first time that he had been openly homophobic. A year earlier, he had insulted T.R. Knight, his co-star on Grey's Anatomy, with a homophobic slur. Even though Washington was put into executive counseling after the Globes incident, it was soon decided that his contract would not be renewed and that he would be fired. After the incident at the Golden Globes, everything just fell apart. I lost everything. I couldn't afford to have an agent. I couldn't afford to have a publicist. I couldn't afford to continue, he said. Jim Caviezel believes that Hollywood blacklisted him after he took the lead role in The Passion of the Christ. Before he took the role, he was a rising star. However, after starring in the controversial film, he has been shunned by the film industry. Mel Gibson even warned him about this. The next day, he said, "I want you to be aware of what you are going to go through. You may never work again." He said that several times publicly. I told him, "Mel, this is what I believe. We all have a cross to carry. I have to carry my own cross. If we don't carry our crosses, we are going to be crushed under the weight of it. So let's go and do it." And we began with the film, he recalled. Gibson proved to be right. The film was slammed for being anti-Semitic. Since then, roles for Caviezel have been hard to come by. However, he has no regrets. Jesus is as controversial now as he has ever been. Not much has changed in 2,000 years, he said. Several years ago, Katherine Heigl was a sought-after actress, but not anymore. Word on the street is that she is really difficult on set, and people in Hollywood talk. Insiders on the set of Life as We Know It described her as a pain. She can cost you time every single day of shooting, the source said. Wardrobe issues, not getting out of the trailer, questioning the script every single day. Her mother, who is also her manager, makes things even worse. "I have never experienced anything like Nancy Heigl," the source continued. "It's about the mouth. Fuck you. You are a fucking liar. Whatever you'd say, you were an idiot." The call would be, "This is the worst craft service we've ever had." To top it all off, she also has big movie star demands. She wants the best of everything. Her reputation is so bad that many people in Hollywood won't even consider her for roles. She's just not worth it. It still remains to be seen if she can actually repair all of the bridges that she burned. After his 2006 arrest where he spewed anti-Semitic remarks at the police officers arresting him, Mel Gibson's has been a persona non grata in Hollywood. Between 2006 and 2010, he only had one film role in Edge of Darkness. Then, in 2010, when he was caught on tape going on a racist rant and making death threats against his ex, Oksana Grigorieva, any comeback for him became even less likely as the talent agency William Morris Endeavor Entertainment, which represented him, dropped him as a client. It's only been in the last couple of years that Hollywood has begun to forgive him. His movie, Hacksaw Ridge, received critical acclaim, as well as 6 Academy Award nominations, including one for Best Director for Gibson. Monique claims that she was blackballed from Hollywood after she won the Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her performance in Precious. I got a phone call from Lee Daniels maybe 6 or 7 months ago, and he said to me, "Monique, you've been blackballed." And I said, "I've been blackballed? Why have I been blackballed?" And he said, "Because you didn't play the game." And I said, "Well, what game is that?" And he gave me no response, she told The Hollywood Reporter. While she has been offered roles since her big win, she's been unable to book any of them. Daniels confirmed that Monique has been blacklisted. Monique is a creative force to be reckoned with. Her demands through Precious were not always in line with the campaign. This soured her relationship with the Hollywood community. I consider her a friend. I have and will always think of her for her parts that we can collaborate on. However, The consensus among the creative teams and powers thus far were to go another way with these roles, he said. Rose McGowan, who is best known for her role on the WB drama Charmed, has claimed that Harvey Weinstein had her blacklisted from Hollywood. In the late 90s, he reportedly raped her, and, although she didn't press charges, she did reach a settlement with him for $100,000. Since then, she's found herself on the blacklist. Filmmaker Robert Rodriguez confirmed this. He tried to get her off the blacklist by offering a part in his movie Grindhouse, which he was working on for a division of Weinstein Company. Even though the film received great reviews from critics, it ended up tanking at the box office after Weinstein had it buried. After Clint Eastwood dumped Sandra Locke back in 1989, she found herself blacklisted by all of Hollywood's major studios. This lasted for a decade. Before the breakup, she had quite the career. She had an Oscar nomination under her belt, had starred in 6 of his films, and she was a budding director. Her breakup with the legendary director was pretty messy. She arrived home one day to find that he had changed the locks on their shared home and had put her stuff in storage. In response, she filed a palimony suit against him. In 1990, they reached an agreement. Eastwood set up a development directing pact for her at Warner Brothers, in exchange for her dropping the suit. 5 years later, they were back in court. She alleged that he had compensated Warner Brothers to keep her out of work because they had rejected all of the 30 projects that she had proposed and didn't give her any of their in-house projects. When he realized that the jury was going to side with Locke, he settled with her for an undisclosed amount. Her career wasn't magically resurrected. However, it sent a message out in Hollywood that powerful people can't abuse their power. A decade ago, Thora Birch was a promising young actress with a career on the rise. She received glowing reviews for her performance in the Academy Award-nominated film American Beauty, and she had received a Golden Globe nomination for her role in Ghost World. Nowadays, that once promising career has completely vanished. She's no longer on the A-list, or even the C-list for that matter. She thinks that she's been kicked out of Hollywood because of her difficult behavior. I pissed a lot of people off over a long period of time, and they found a way to upset me, hoping that upset would bring a change in my behavior, like a distancing. But I'm done. I'm done. People wanted me to be not fine. A lot of it was bullshit, she said. It hasn't helped that her father was her manager for many years. He was the reason that she was fired from the off-Broadway revival of Dracula. He reportedly physically threatened one of her co-stars. Tippi Hedren was Alfred Hitchcock's most iconic leading lady. Under his direction, she went from being a model to a respected actress. Unfortunately, he wanted a little more than to just direct her on screen. He was reportedly quite obsessed with her and made a number of sexual advances, which she rejected. He stared at me and simply said, as if it was the most natural thing in the world, that from this time on, he expected me to make myself sexually available and accessible to him, however and whenever and wherever he wanted, she said. When Hedren tried to get out of her contract with Hitchcock, he threatened to ruin her career, and then followed through with his threat. Because he had her under contract, he was able to keep her on the payroll without actually employing her. He made sure to turn down any film offers that came in from other studios. Looking back, she has a pretty good attitude about the situation. He ruined my career, but he didn't ruin my life. That time of my life was over. I still admire the man for who he was, she said. TV series, movies, etc. that you want me to make. You can specify things like this by commenting. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next videos.